What's up, Thai Nation? How's everyone doing? Today, we're going to be breaking down our round 3 pick 69 offensive lineman from Ohio State, Nicholas Petit-Frere. Yes, I said it correctly. And if I don't say it correctly, I'm going to call him Nicholas PT. It's a lot easier. It's a lot quicker. So, we have this guy from Ohio State. Again, Mike Rabel loves his Buckeyes, right? He's the first one, loves Ohio State. Again, went to school there, so has a couple of friends, coaches still in the program. So obviously, Mike Rabel's going to keep his eye on those players and stuff, looking and watching, seeing what comes out of there. So again, this he's a big kid. His attitude as well, when he did an interview with Mike Keith, seems like a stand-up guy. Seems like he's ready to learn. Very humble, and that's always good. Those characteristics are always good for a young player that's going to come to this league and absorb and grasp everything and try to learn as much as possible, especially for this offensive line. Offensive line is a very, very big need for the Tennessee Titans, especially for, guess what, guys, what we do, we run the ball, we give it to Derrick Henry, so we're going to need some big boys. Not only big boys that can do some good pass protection, but also the run game as well. We'll break down his pros, his cons for his abilities and stuff like that. But as of right now, I don't mind the pick. Again, he is a tune-up player. That means he's someone that's he's gonna eventually get some playing time, but he's not gonna be a day one starter. He does need to be polished, but that's not a problem. As long as we bring in maybe a veteran offensive lineman, I think we'll be good, especially with depth. Hopefully this kid can learn behind all the offensive linemen, and he's excited. He wants to run. He wants to block for Derrick Henry, and that's the best thing, for us, is that, you want players to come and play for Tennessee. You don't want a player who doesn't want to come, right? So that's a good thing for him. For the Combine, okay? For the Combine, here's some of the pros, some of the cons that they listed for him when they were watching him, okay? Checking me out. Listen to this. Above average athlete, talent with loose hips, plays with control and tempo, climbing up to the linebackers. Remember, hopefully you guys understand exactly what I mean by that. If you don't, maybe we'll break it down later for the people in the back. Ability to make blocks in space and recovers in pass pro, which is good. As long as we can get this guy polished up to maybe the middle of the season stuff, and he gets more, snaps, gets more comfortable, he could be one of the future offensive linemen for the Tennessee Titans, and that's what we're looking for. For the cons, right? This is what they talked about. They said he needed a little bit grooming, obviously, but must add strength. And that, with time in the NFL, man, they got these coaches, they got these strength and conditioning coaches. He'll be good. Impatient and lurches with outside hands. That means, happens. Unable to neutralize and sustain against stronger opponents. So it seems like he has trouble on the edge. He gets beat a lot, also with his hands. But again, I think that could be nipped in the butt if you get him good strength and conditioning, practice every day. He should be fine. The pros outweigh the cons. Okay, guys. So, what do you guys think about this pick? Did you like this pick? Did you think J-Rob did really good? Remember, the first round of the draft, everyone expected us to go for offensive linemen. Even I went. I was like, okay, we're gonna pick up an offensive lineman in the first round, and then it happened with AJ, and then and we picked up the DB in the second round, and we're like, whoa, what's happening here? And eventually, we got our offensive lineman. So what do you guys think about him? Is there any other offensive lineman that you would like to pick? Please leave it in the comments below. But again, for what this pick was, I think it's a decent pick. I think it's a good pick. Only time will tell if he's going to be a stud or not. But again, with practice and opportunities, he should be able to do exactly what he wants to do. and that's block for King Henry. And hopefully we see a lot of that this year. So thank you guys so much. Hopefully you haven't liked, you haven't shared, you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor. That would be awesome. Remember, hit the notifications so it lets you know exactly when a video will drop. I will be releasing a couple more, like I said, breaking down all the draft picks one by one, each player, giving a little bit of insight of what I think, what is expected. And like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tighten up, and see you guys soon.